So my name is Marcos Vincent. My son is Cruz Vincent. He's been living with diabetes for 4 years now, since he was 10 years old.
Hi, my name is Angie, and my daughter's had diabetes for 2.5 years.
I'm Marla Dorsey. My daughter Sarah was diagnosed at 1 year old with type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, the day she was diagnosed, she'd been suffering from, frequent urination and then thirstiness, and I just had in the back of my head, what if she is diabetic? And my mom had type 1 diabetes, and she passed away when I was 17 from complications of diabetes. And I just couldn't put my head around the fact that she was diagnosed with the same disease my mom died from. And that, how is she gonna live with this disease that may kill her?
Our rock bottom moment was when Keaton was diagnosed and he was in the hospital, and the doctors and nurses kept on telling us that he would wake up within the morning. Morning came and went and he still wasn't awake. And then they would tell us he's gonna wake up tonight, and he didn't wake up. And this went on for 4 days. That was the scariest time for us. And I remember he woke up in the morning because they were drawing blood. And his first words were, "Ow, that hurts." And I just cried when I heard that, because that was the first thing he said for 4 days.
The very first time I gave him a shot, I lost it. He was 2 years old. He didn't want me to come near him. My husband held him down, and I sat on top of him and gave him a shot and had to walk away from him.
It was horrible, you don't want to have to hurt your kid. We would say, wish it could be me. My husband, even for probably the first 10 days, would test his blood whenever Sage did. And then we realized it would cost a lot of money to use all those test strips, so we had to stop doing that. But, we wanted to help her as much as we could get through emotionally and physically the pain of having this disease, and just try to show her you can do this, be strong. And who helped us get through that? We wouldn't have gotten through it without Pop, right?
What I'm most afraid of diabetes is going to sleep at night and forgetting to check my blood sugar before and never waking up. So hopefully Padre is going to be able to help me. Actually, I know Padre will help me get through this.
My first reaction was, long term, what would happen to him? And he's fine and he's doing well, but it's in the back of my mind all the time. Or to go to college, I used to say to him, you better, take care of your diabetes, because you're gonna have to have a cot in your dorm room, and I'm gonna be there, and we just joke about it, but it's a worry.
Something that scares me about my diabetes is that one day I'll be sick like I was when I got diagnosed.
When I kind of slowly figured out what it meant to, get diabetes, I really felt alone. I really felt like this could be, something that would change my life, and I'd never be able to recover from it.
The day that each of us were initiated into a type 1 diabetic world was the day that we realized we needed a foundation like Padre. Without Padre, you don't have the education. You truly do not have the education. People sometimes, because we're in it, it's like living in California. We think everybody's living in the sun. We get to live in the sun in Padre.
For your donations, from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of our family's heart, thank you.
To this day, I thank God Padre was here. And now, as my son is getting older, approaching the teen years, there's classes for him, and there's activities for him to be independent and to live a normal life, and where diabetes isn't looming over him. It's more of, I could embrace this world, and diabetes is not my only concern.
Donating to Padre is very important to kids and to families and to parents as well, because some parents might not feel comfortable sending their children because of financial issues, and these things help kids be able to do fun things with other people that they have things in common with.
Thank you to those that donated before we came along, because I don't know what we'd do after that first trip to the hospital.
It's really comfortable knowing where the money goes when you give it to Padre, because it doesn't just go into a huge nationwide organization. It goes to things that help with the organization's charitable events, like Snowy Nights, like Catalina Camp. They sponsor all these kids, thousands of dollars worth of things that kids normally wouldn't be able to go to.
Everything, there's no charge, there's just always, and there's lots of classes available for us to take at different phases in our lives.
I'd say thanks for helping, because this is just such a great place to hang out with people that are like me, and I thank you guys for helping so much, and it's really cool that you guys do that, because you're helping so many other kids, not just me, but other people too, so thank you.
Keaton's asked me about the cure a few times. He's not excited about a cure because he enjoys camp, he enjoys Padre, and he's afraid that if there is a cure, then he's not gonna have this community of friends.